Warm-up number 1 says determine whether the table is an adding or multiplying relationship, then write the equation. So as I looked at this table, I was like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of negative numbers. But once I found this point down here, it helped my brain to figure it out a lot easier. Because remember, the whole point is to figure out what math is happening to x in order for it to become the y value. So if I start with a 4, in order to get a 4 to become a 0, it has to subtract 4. So when I test out the rest, let's see if it has the same pattern. 2 minus 4 really is negative 2. 0 minus 4 really is negative 4, and negative 2 minus 4 really is negative 6. So sure enough, this pattern is x minus 4 gets you the y value. But when I check over here, there is no option for a subtraction pattern. So which one of these is the same thing as subtracting? If you're saying adding, you are correct, because subtracting 4 is the same as adding negative 4. So that's why this is indeed an adding pattern. Now, as far as the equation goes, we simply write out y equals x minus 4. Or if you put y equals x plus negative 4, that would also technically be the same thing. And that is number 1. Make sure you are writing this down and adjusting your slide warm-up 1. Now let's do number 2. Select all true statements. Remember, when we see those bars, it means absolute value. And absolute value is a number's distance to 0. And that distance to 0 is always positive. So basically, whatever's in the bars should turn positive. So let's check this out. The absolute value of 4 becomes a positive 4, but the answer says negative 4. So that's not right. Let me check B. I find the bars, I look inside. Whatever's in the bars turns positive, so it gives me 55.2. This answer says it is 55.2. So that is true. We need to circle it. Okay, let's check C. Look inside the bars. Whatever is inside turns positive. There's still a negative hanging out outside, so it has to stay there. That answer matches what I just got, so we found another one to circle. Another true statement. Option D. Whatever's in the bars turns positive. This has a negative outside, so I have to stick it there. These bars turn positive. Now, the question is, are these two values the same? No, they are not. They are not equal, so this is not one of our solutions. Let's check E. Whatever's in the bars turns positive. The negative outside sticks there. So my answer is really negative 1.5. This says it's positive. It's wrong. Now F, if it's in the bars, it turns what? Positive. If it's in the bars, it turns what? Positive. So of course these two things are equal. They are literally the exact same number, 11/12. So we have 3 true statements for this one. Make sure you pause the video and adjust warm-up number 2 if you need to. All right, now let's look at warm-up number 3. So this one starts with some words. Claire is filling crates with apples. Each apple weighs a half a pound. 1/2 a pound for each apple. So basically it's 1/2 for each apple. And as you know, the math we've been discussing for this situation is to multiply 1/2 times the number of apples. So in this case, 1/2 times x. That leads us to picking the equation, 1/2 x. It's not that one, not that one. There it is. Of course, when they're squished, it means multiply. So that one is our equation, 1/2 times x. Okay, now let's find a table of points that has this relationship. Okay, they're kind of small. I'm going to just like expand them and make them a little bigger to check them out. Okay, so let's see. Is 1/2 of 5 equal to 30? No. Or half of 10? should be 5, but it's not 60. Okay, that one is way wrong. That one is way wrong. Let me put him back in the row and test out this one. It's hard to see these tiny numbers. Okay, so let me start with a number that's just easy for my brain to do. Okay, how about half of 10? Half of 10 is supposed to be 5. That's not what it says. So this is also not the right table. Oops. Let me put him back in the row and test out the third one. Oops, that's a bit large. It's okay. All right, let's see. Oh, half of 10 is 5. That one works. Let me check the rest. Half of 5 is 2.5. Half of 15 is 7.5. And half of 20 is 10. So I found it. It is the third table. Let me get it down to a normal size. There we go. And if you check here, this one also wouldn't make sense. Half of 8 should be 4. That's not right. So we found the right table. Now for the graph. It has to have the same relationship. So let's check these one at a time. Here I go. Okay, and I can literally look for these points. 10, 5. So this one would be 10. Follow it up. It's going through 10, 15. That's not right. Let me check this one. Oh, well. Okay, I can look for 5, 2.5. No, that says 530. I'm supposed to have 10, 5. No, that's 1060. That is way wrong. Okay, let's check for 5 would be maybe here. 2.5. That line is not going through 5, 2.5. It's going through, I don't know what. Let's see, 20, 10. Let me estimate that. Here's about where 20 would be. 10 should be right there. That line is nowhere near 20, 10. So again, this graph is wrong. Last but not least, let's hope this works since none of the rest did. Okay, 5. Oh, that could be 5, 2.5. 10, 5. Yeah, it is going, the line is going through 10, 5. 15. Yeah, that could be 7.5. 20, 10. Okay, we found it. We found it. So the last graph goes there. When you're done watching this video, make sure you get these answers on your warm-up. Have a good day.